So our next guest, have you heard of a game called Threshold?
Why does that sound familiar? I want to say no, but it sounds familiar. So, is it something...
very popular indie game that's come out?
It's Julian. I don't want to say his last name.
Ivile or something like that. His name is, but he's
or something. Along those lines. We apologize for butchering it, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll.
I apologize for not knowing the game is popular, so I apologize.
But I don't know how high popularity wise it got, but it was a very small personal project by a guy. I think he still works for Arcane Studios actually. He worked on Deathloop, Dishonored, and different things like that.
So Julian is going to be our next guest on there. So if you had the opportunity as a developer to ask Julian any question, what would it be? And we'll put it to him.
That's a hard one. God, what would I ask him?
Take your time.
Without knowing his game. Yeah. Without knowing his game, that's going to be very difficult because I don't know anything specific to him. Well, I mean, I want to know where the idea for the mechanic came from. Because if there's a mechanic where you are so when you played Night Jackal, you obviously saw the breathing mechanic where you have to hold your breath.
Yeah.
That's very standard to go underwater. It's like Sonic sort of thing. You go underwater and you have a time limit. I haven't played the game, but it seems like the mechanic would be it's thin, so you overexert yourself. There's kind of a mechanic similar to that, but it's in the open. It kind of is like you remember North by Northwest? It's like you had this big thriller sequence out in the wide open, where it's like normally you'd be in a closed area being chased, and this is like you're in the wide open in a plane chase.
Yeah.
Those kind of ideas are so fresh. So my question would be, where did the inspiration to come up with that mechanic be in such a fresh setting? Yeah. That's such a unique setting.
Very good question. Mm-hmm.
When you were talking about how difficult it was to make a movie, I was getting flashbacks to when I was younger, because I did film and television at university and then went on to try to make a movie. And that fell apart after I'd had the meeting with all the actors and stuff because of the financing. So, when you're out of the studio system, you have to find, 50,000 from this place, 100,000 from that place. And each person, each organization has its own stipulations. You need to have XYZ amount of staff members from here. You need to film over there. They can never agree on terms. So I was never able to please all of the people, and then basically the whole thing fell apart. And this whole YouTube thing is a marketing thing, is essentially the life I ended up living because I was never able to go to Hollywood and be a film director. Had that movie happen, God knows where we'd all be right now.
Being somebody that shot a few things in LA, it's not what it's cracked up to be. It's so much easier outside. You'd think it would be the place to be. It is tough.
Yeah.
You get run out of it. They're so savvy. I remember one time, as a little tangent here, you can cut this out, but I was shooting something, was like an indie film, and we went up. There's this place called Griffith Park, which is basically like a scrubland, it's like a little mountain. It's like trails and things like that, and hiking trail. We went up there and we were shooting. We're very low key. We sent 7 people up, and 2 of those were actors, and we were just going to shoot all one way. And we're covering over the camera. Sound guy had everything, so we're being very low key. Very, very low key. And it's so far up, there was maybe 3 people total coming by, and we didn't stop anybody. We didn't say you can't walk. Public park. They had the Rangers come out, and they actually broke out fucking helicopters come out to police us. So when we're shooting this, we shot all one direction, and then they were like, you gotta leave. And we're walking down and we're trying to figure out what are we going to do? We got to finish the scene. And so we went down and we broke for lunch at the bottom because they couldn't stop us from doing that. Can't stop you from eating, but they can stop you from shooting. And so my first AD was like, let's go for a walk. We went into the woods. It was a little woods area next to the parking lot. And went out there and he's like, maybe we can shoot here. We did it. And there was this big hill. And we looked up and there was the fucking Rangers right there looking down on us like what? I was like, you guys have nothing else to do, just making sure that these.
Follow us around.
I mean, they broke out helicopters with like fucking helicopters flying around.
Insane.
Like, you got to be kidding me! We're like an
Yeah.
indie crew. We sent 7 people up, and most people stayed down to the bottom. But they're so savvy, and because they get paid, they want the money, and like, yeah, it's a. You're talking about cynicism, boy. If you can stay in LA for like 20 years and not be cynical, you're doing something right.
We were talking about, because I was talking about making the games or whatever, and I kind of like dip my toes in too much. I feel like because like I'm trying to do voice acting and some other things, and I've dabbled into doing some little skits with some of my videos that I do on YouTube, and I actually really want to make like a short film. And that's just something that's interested me for a while because I've always liked film, and I kind of want to try something. And I've actually kind of thought about, if I end up doing that maybe my game will be somehow connected to that short film that I create this little universe.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, if you can keep them sort of contained like that, and one
Maybe
starts
film some
making,
cutscenes.
and one starts getting popular, then the other one can, it's like that's not a bad idea.
If not, do some like Max Payne, comic book panels or something, and tell your story that way.
True. You can do that. Yeah.